Welcome out, open up.
All right, Shalom, Shalom.
Shalom.
We're the Hebrew Israelites coming in weekend and week out to preach the downfall of this wicked kingdom, spiritually Egypt and spiritually Babylon, that we call America. And tell our people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Seminole Indians, they are the real people of the Bible, the Hebrew Israelites, Yasha Allah, Prince of the Power, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua's people. First and foremost, we give all praise and honor and glory
to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Bashem Rakakudash.
Double honor to the apostles and elders wielding the truth from GMS. Blessings to the Akim Adir preaching his word. Wahor sincerity. Blessed to the 144,000, 1/3 entirely. The first fruits kingdom of heaven. House of David Biyaf Dawadah. And Shalom to brothers out there speaking in different tongues and looking at different nations. Shalom.
We're gonna go in the spirit, but we wanted to talk about stoicism, or being stoic, right? And how important it is to be that way in this truth. All right? How important it is for a man to be that way in general, right? Because you gotta understand that our forefathers, especially Yahushua, was very stoic. And the reason why we understand that Yahushua was stoic, actually we get that stoicism. And we know that Yahushua was stoic because Yahushua, every time the apostles had bucked up or asked questions, or and when I say buck up, I'm talking about like they ask questions like why is this woman coming after us, a woman at the well, or they'll ask when will we know the end times, or when will the kingdom be established? Yahushua always answered in a very stoic way. He was always even killed, right? Like, or times where Yahushua went to certain cities and they would watch to see when to leave or when to stay, or not to go into the city at all if people were trying to kill him, or people were trying to be disruptors of the faith, or anything like that. Or even better, when Yahushua had to deal with the Pharisees and Sadducees, man, how did he handle these? How did he handle these situations, right? And if you read the scriptures, it seems like you barely ever seen Yahushua turn up, other than when he went through the temple flipping the tables, right? But other than that, most of the time when he was speaking to men and being a leader of men, he was very stoic. The brother gonna get the definition of stoicism so we can have an understanding.
So we're gonna go into a definition.
Speak up just a little bit.
So it says stoic, right? It says characterized by a calm, austere fortitude befitting the Stoics, especially in the face of trouble or loss, not giving in to one's emotions.
See, right there, not giving into one's emotions. It also says austere, right? An austere man is a very stern man, very set in his ways, very set in his tone. Very, put it like this.
Basically, a man who has conviction.
He has conviction, yeah. He's very stern man. He's very convicted on what he's doing, right? Now, what was the last one you said? The last part you said?
It said not giving into one's emotions.
Not giving into one's emotions, right? It is very important for a man to not give into his emotions, because emotions, right? Temporary emotions can have long or permanent effects going forward. Meaning, and I have to use women because women are governed by their emotions. You ever hear about just simple stories? A woman was upset, so she got her baby dad locked. She called the cops and got her baby dad locked up. Now he locked up because he had a gun charge and maybe some drugs in the house. And after she calmed down, she think, now I'm on my own. I got to take care of the kids by myself. You made a rash decision based off of your emotions, which resulted in a permanent or a long affecting analysis or a problem that's going to sit there. But a stoic person, a person who is prudent, circumspect, stoic, austere, right, is going to be very, emotionally intelligent. Right. Understanding that emotions are not always, are not needed in most things is, as a man, and mind you, I'm just speaking as a man right now, and then we're going to post some scriptures. But as a man, if a man was emotional, things wouldn't get done. And hear me out. There's plenty of times, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you Akim that's listening or watching this video, if it comes across your YouTube channel, you can agree that there's been times that there's things that had to be done, right? And you didn't want to do them. You didn't want to be tasked with having to do them, but you still did them because it had to be done. An emotional man would stop, cry, bitch, complain, and at the same time, there's no movement happening, right?
I don't feel like going to work.
I don't feel like going to work. Oh, I'm too sad. I can't do it. Your emotions are defeating you. But a stoic man, right, who is very, emotionally stable or emotionally intelligent, if you will, right? can understand his emotions, and he can understand how his emotions affect his world around him. She got a baby girl? Yeah. Get that scripture.
Yeah, let me get this. I got two of them.
Yeah.
Let me get this,
I'm gonna let you take the reins. You wanna call it real quick? Yeah, call it real quick.
Proverbs. Now I did the first one first. Proverbs 25:28. He that have no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls.
See, he that has no rule over his spirit or no rule over his emotions, man. If you are easily swayed, right, by your surrounding variables, or by your surrounding variables, or by other people's opinions and things, a lot of work is not going to get done. Shalom, shalom, ak shalom.
Shalom.
A lot of work isn't going to get done if you are emotionally unstable, right? The Lord deals with men throughout the scriptures because of the fact that men have to be what? The Lord says, gird yourself up, right? Meaning, pick your balls up. I hate to say it, but that's literally how stop bitching. Get the work done, right? Get what needs to be done, and you will have your rest later on. Men understand that we have to create and we have to be stable, right? The reason why the Lord created a weaker vessel for us, right, is because what? We are supposed to be the rocks that her emotional waves land on. Not meaning her emotional waves are moving us or the waves of the world are moving us. We are supposed to be locked into what our purpose is. A man not being too emotional will always be on his purpose. And our purpose is what? It's to fear the Lord, follow his laws, statutes, and commandments, and what? Feed the sheep. That is our whole duty of man and our purpose, right? But if I was emotional, you know how many times I woke up and didn't feel like going to camp, or didn't feel like
leaving the house.
But guess what? If I did that every day, I wouldn't go to work, because most of the time I don't want to go. But bills need to be paid. I have a daughter. Mouth needs to be fed.
And as a man, you got to be on the move.
And as a man, if you are stagnant, if you become stagnant, usually you lose purpose. And if you lose purpose, you become what? Depressed. Yep. Like all those men who are what?
Poverty.
Yep.
Poverty.
Yep. And because what the Lord says, what's the scripture? If you don't work, you don't eat. Right? That all comes with being stoic and being on your purpose. Right? All right. And the Lord and bring that scripture out one more time out.
I got another one too.
Yeah, the first one you brought.
Yep. It's Proverbs 25:28. He that have no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls.
Exactly. So we learn about this, especially throughout the scriptures, because the Lord keeps speaking to his men. If you go into the scriptures, 99% of the time he's talking to the men. Yeah. Men, hey men, ye men of Israel, ye men, do these things. And then he says, look, the love of the Father comes down, the love of the Most High comes down through the Father, and the Father's love is then bequeathed to the woman, and then the woman's love is then bequeathed to the children. The reason why the Lord did it that way is because we are supposed to be stoic in a rock. All right? Yahweh Shai, and I just quoted a couple of different ways how Yahweh Shai was a very stoic man. Knowing that you have to die and still continue the walk in purpose lets you know
to lead to that destination.
Lets you know that he was disciplined and very stoic, right? The same way how people would say that the Lord, it's not Christians would say it. Christians would say the Lord gave us free will so he can experience the love given back, right? And when I first heard that, it caught me off guard. It caught me off guard because it did make a little sense. Like the Lord gave us free will because let's just say he created us to be the way he want, and all we did was like robots worship him. But to give us free will and then give us the choice to worship him will be what? Genuine love. It made sense.
Okay,
it made sense, but
only up
until my viewpoint on free will is a little different than what most people think.
I think me and yours is very similar.
I believe that the Most High gave us a destination, but that destination is always going to be what it's going to be. But I believe that we have some control. I believe we have control over some of the things we do. If the Most High wants us to do something specifically, he'll influence us to do that.
Exactly.
But I do believe that on your path in life, you have different roads you can take based on your own personal opinions and choices. But at the end of the day, where you're going to end is where you're going to end.
Yeah, your lot, right?
So to an extent, I do believe as a man, we have some
some form
of free
yeah,
will, because it contradicts what brothers even say. If you to deny that will contradict a lot of things brothers preach. Mm-hmm. Oh, if you want to, you need to do this. Oh, you want the Lord, you need to get right. You need to do this. Well, that contradicts your statement saying that there's no free will, or no type of free will. Because then if I didn't in the spirit, I might as well just not be in the spirit. Because what obviously this is the Lord's will.
Exactly. Me and you are very, very much similar in thought process. So I go to say all that is because that lets you know that how stoic and austere Yahushua was. And if we're supposed to be if we're supposed to be many Yahushas or put on like Yahushua, right? We also have to understand how he moved as a man, not just in the spirit, but also in the physical. Because it speaks about his walk, right? It speaks about how he when Yahushua got mad in the temple and flipped the tables and stuff, right? He also had to have the same thought process to even do that act. Because remember, we brought it out in our last camp that the men of old had it harder than what we have it right now. And the reason why I say they had it harder is because they were in the fear of death.
Right.
They were in fear of death at all times.
Right. We have a lot more
going up against the Sadducees and Pharisees, they could have just, at
any given point you could have got seized up.
You could have been taken. Yep. You could have somebody could have plotted your death. Now obviously it's Yahushua, what was ordained, like the brother just said. Predestination is real, because whatever your destination is, you will make it to that destination, right? Yahushua's destination was to be the ultimate sacrificial lamb for us, right? But he still had to take the path. He still had to do the walk. He still had to go through the motions. He still, remember, doubting Thomas. He already knew that Thomas was going to what? Betray him. I mean, would doubt him 3 times, right?
That's Peter. That's Peter. Peter doubted.
Salakia.
Thomas just needed to see to believe.
Yeah, he needed to see to believe. Salakia. When you read Salakia, you're absolutely right. But he knew that Peter was going to forsake him 3 times, right? He even said it. He said, "I know."
Denied him.
And Peter was like, "Nah."
Forsake him, denied.
Salakia.
I'm not. I'm just speaking, right? He knew that was going to happen, but he still continued to do what he had to do to get to that point, right? So you could still say that's still predestination, but it was still a will. Because I'm pretty sure if Yahushua didn't want to go through what he wanted to go through, the Lord might have just said, "All right, young boy, you ain't got to. I want you to, but you ain't got to."
If it was free will.
It's Yahushua speaking.
Remember, there's levels to it.
There's levels to it.
There's some things that you can't control, and then there's a lot of things that you can't control.
Exactly.
Like Peter, for example, Peter had the choice. That's why Peter's mind was like, "Yo, I'm not going to deny you, Lord, never." That's his choice. That's why when Yahushua was taken, Peter was like, "No, fuck that," and followed him.
Yep.
And then when he got to the destination,
and they seen what they was.
That's when the Most High said, "I'm taking that control from you because this has to happen.
Yep.
This is your canon event.
Yep.
You have to deny Yahushua 3 times." So therefore, the Most High put the Spirit on him
to do something,
to deny him 3 times.
And he was admonished that he did it.
He was like, because look, as soon as the cock crowed and hit him, he was in a trance.
Right.
Look, he was in a trance. He was like, "Nah, I ain't denying my Lord." That's why. Let's be honest. Let's be real. If Peter had the choice, he would have denied Yahushua.
He probably wouldn't. He probably
would have pulled his sword out and would have died for Yahushua. Went to war and died for Yahushua. But
things had to happen.
He went into a trance, or the spirit was on him, and possessed him to do what? To deny Yahushua. And as soon as that cock crowed, the trance left him. Mm-hmm. The spirit left him, and he was like,
He was
damn. And guess what he did? Went right back on course. And turned up too.
Yeah, it makes sense because remember when the whole crowd was right at Peter, that would have offset the situation. Remember, Peter is the head of the flock. So if he would have not denied him, then he would have right along with Yahushua.
He probably would have got taken.
He wouldn't have been Peter at all.
He probably would have got taken and killed along with Yahushua, and he would not have been led
Peter at all.
He would not have led the body.
Not at all.
So the Most High, remember, the Most High is a
Peter that we know. It's been like some old tragic shit going on.
Yeah, I wouldn't say tragic. It just he died.
Well,
I mean, the Lord would have raised somebody else up in his place.
Yeah, but that was his lot.
It was his lot. Yeah. So we say all this to give understanding behind how men. Beautiful, huh? The book of Philippians chapter 2, verse 5. Let this mind be in you, which was also in the Mashiach Yahushai, who began in the form of the Most High, thought it not robbery to be equal with the Most High. Kana, you're absolutely right. There's different levels to it. It's a beautiful precept for that, right? So, at the end of the day, us men, the reason why the Lord deals with men is because he understands the purpose and reasoning why, like he knows why he created us. We might not always understand why he created us, right? But he created us for a specific reason, right? And as men, we need to be in our lots. We must be stoic enough, prudent enough, circumspect enough, and ever abounding in the truth to be able to put forth our full measure for the purpose of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. But you cannot do that if you are not at least trying to be more stoic or trying to be more manly, because a stoic man is a dangerous man. A stoic man is a man that understands that he can be as violent as possible, but he's smart enough, emotionally intelligent enough to know restraint.
And
when and choose his battles. That's what the Lord tells us to be what? Wise as serpents, but harmless as doves, right?
Well, you gotta remember another thing too. To be stoic, it means to understand and realize your emotions, right? So to be stoic, a stoic man is in 100% control of his emotions. In order to control something, you have to understand and comprehend it down to its most minute point. So you have to be in complete understanding of your emotions to be able to control it. So you have to understand when you're sad, you have to accept it.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, finish it out.
Beautiful. I'm going to finish that. Thawada, Philippians 2 and 7, it says, so just to give context, I'm going to read it from the top. Philippians 2 and 5. Let this mind be in you, which was also in the Mashiach Yahushua. So basically, think exactly how Yahushua thought, right? It says, who being in the form of the Most High, because he was in the form of the Most High, but thought not robbery to be equal to the Most High, but made himself of no reputation and took upon him the form of a servant and was made in the likeness of man. And being found in fashion as a man, he humbled himself and became obedient unto death, and even the death of the cross, right? So he understood his purpose. He was stoic and disciplined enough to understand, look, in humble, gotta throw humble in there, because a stoic man is also humble. And the reason why I say stoic man is also humble, I'm just gonna give a quick little quick jab. You having an argument with a woman, but technically it's not an argument. She's yelling, but you're stoic. So instead of meeting her with her extra emotional energy and raising your voice and yelling back, you're keeping an even-keeled, equilibrium, calm, monotone voice. You're still getting your point across. You're allowing her to understand it. You understand where she's coming from, but you're staying here with it. You know what it's going to do to a woman? She has to bow. But when you meet her at her level, she's going to win, because that's what she's good at, emotions. But she's, all right, sweetheart, but let's talk about it. Why do you feel that way? Is that really how you feel? And you giving those kind of responses, eventually it's going to do this. Do. You're in control of the situation because you're in control of your own emotions, right? And in this day and age, now mind you, brothers can be fiery because we love the Lord. So trust me, I yell at the top of my lungs, you white people going into captivity, going to slavery. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about understanding that being stoic goes hand in hand with the scriptures as well as it does in the carnal or in the flesh, right? We're supposed to apply the wisdom of the scriptures into our own personal lives, and that's how we become many Yahushas, right? So understanding that Yahushua was stoic, right? And if we're trying to put on like the elect, and we're trying to put on like many Yahushas, we must understand what stoicism is and also apply that to our lives.
Hey, and stoicism isn't going to be the same for every person too, because every brother has their own measure of their spirit. Some brothers are more nonchalant or relaxed, right? Whereas other brothers are more intense. So you have like the brother Yakana, he's very intense.
Yeah,
but
gotta love the brother though.
But he still has a level of stoicism behind him. So he knows when to turn it down, when to turn it up, when to keep it here, when to keep it there. Whereas like myself, I'm very laid back, very monotone, very nonchalant. But if I have to, I can come up here. But for the most part, it's going to take me a lot to come up here.
Yeah, it does.
You know what I mean?
And I'm just throw this in there. And Yakanan, the brother Yakanan, he the type of brother you want to go to war with.
Right.
Like if you had to go to war and you had to have somebody next to you, he's a brother you want with you. He's a brother you want with you. He the brother like,
Whoever die first.
whoever die first, let's get it. Yo, you ain't dying, we dying. Off to the races. I mean, it's a beautiful brother, man, beautiful spirit. But he also is a leader of men. That brother is a natural leader of men, which means that he has to have some type of stoicism, right? And accountability of himself. Because if you can't lead your own spirit, how can you lead other people?
Yep.
Right? So the brother has a beautiful spirit, man. Beautiful spirit, man. Precept, you had something?
Yeah, this is Proverbs Proverbs 16:32. He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh a city.
Yep. Hey, he that's slow to anger is mighty, because when you're slow to anger, you're not giving into those emotions. Because a lot of people like to think that when you get angry, you know the topic. Oh, when I see red, man, I just go crazy. Well, you fighting an intelligent fighter who, even when he's angry, he takes that anger and turns it into power.
Yep.
Bro, you can reference everything in it. You caught up on JJK, right?
Yep.
Fucking,
Yep.
fucking Itadori, when he seen his man die,
He saw it. Whoa.
he almost went before that.
Yeah.
When he almost went into despair, but he looked up to this man so much because this man, his mentor, was very stoic.
Yeah.
He never let into his emotions. So he was like, yo, he would never give himself into anger, so I won't. But mind you, this man is in despair. So he took that power, condensed it, and then literally was...
And mind you know what's beautiful about that anime you bring it up? I remember when the demon, we'll just say the demon was assessing his power. He would say Itadori is only at 10% spirit, meaning his spirit was so broken, he was only at 10%. But once he realized that his anger was getting the best of him, this man out of nowhere, Black Flash kicked in. He started controlling.
And then he became what? An intelligent fighter.
Intelligent.
So a man that is slow to anger is the man that is actually mighty, because he realizes that he's angry, but he doesn't act upon that anger.
Actually, in the precept you just brought out, right? The precept that you brought out before that one, it was talking about a man who doesn't, who cannot rule his spirit, right? It's like a city that's broken down. Yeah. And then the one you just brought out says what? A man that what? Read it again.
Yeah, it says Proverbs 16:32. It says, "He that is slow to anger is better than a mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh a city."
See, so the man who can rule of his spirit can take a city.
Right.
But the man who cannot rule his spirit is like having
a city that can't be taken.
It's a city that can be taken. Right? My father used to always say, yo, why you always let somebody pull you off your square? No man should be able to pull you off your square. And as I got older, I understand it. Anything that somebody tells me or says about me should not sway my emotions to the point where I'm acting erratic.
Right, because if you're secure within yourself and you're aware of who you are, then somebody can say anything about you that doesn't change the way you feel. You know, and that's the key, and that's what's going to keep you enduring in this truth. Because when you're in this truth, you got to remember everybody's going to be against you, because what? You're not of the world. You're against the world. So you're the oddball out. You're singled out in this world because you don't celebrate Christmas. You go to work, people ask you all the time, "What are you doing for Christmas?" Oh, they know you got kids. What are you getting your kids for? I don't celebrate Christmas. And as soon as you say I don't celebrate Christmas, they look at you.
Just say Hanukkah. Bro, it shuts them down real quick. You know how many times, are you doing Christmas this year? No, I don't celebrate Christmas. Oh my goodness, what's going on? I celebrate Hanukkah. Oh, okay. And they shut the hell up. Right? Or when people ask me my religion, I'll be like, if in the workplace, I work with a lot of Edomites. When they ask me what's my religion, I'm like, I'm Jewish. I'm Jewish. It shuts them the fuck down.
They can't go into it.
They can't. I'm Jewish.
Yeah. It's just like, oh, okay.
Oh yeah. You're celebrating Hanukkah, right? It's Yom Kippur coming up. I'm like, yep. Leave it at that.
Yep.
Bro, that's what. That's also being what?
Prudent and circumspect.
Prudent and circumspect. Because if I'm...
And it's true. Technically, we just Jew without the issue.
He was just Jew without the issue. Right. But that's how I answer people. And it literally back the hell off. Hey, are you doing Christmas this year? Are you going to be there? What you doing for the New Year? I'm like, well, I'm Jewish. My New Year starts in spring. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. And they leave it the hell alone.
Yep. Got something.
Go ahead.
It's James 1:19 and 20. Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak and slow to wrath.
Yep, swift to hear, right? So you're being quick to hear, because quick to listen, not just to hear, but to listen, comprehend, to assess what someone is saying, right?
So wait, what does it mean to listen, right? What is the purpose of listening? To process information. Process your information, meaning it's outwardly or inwardly, right? You can have outside sources. So somebody could tell you, mind you, listening is not always just with your ears. Listening with your eyes, your sense of smell. All your senses are actually listening, right?
Body language.
Body language, it's all listening. So the scriptures is telling us, be quick to listen, right? Be first ready to listen. Listening. You might be outside. You smell smoke? Now you're processing information. Yo, it could be a fire going on. You smell that? That might give me skunk. Or, yo, did you hear that? What? I heard some shots ring out. Yo, did you see that? I don't know, it was a flash down the street. These are all different forms of information that you're processing. So when you're listening with all your senses. The Lord is telling us, be quick to listen first. And what happens when how dangerous is a man who actually listens, right? Because he will know exactly how to what? Handle any situation, right? He's stoic. He's being prudent. He's being circumspect. Go ahead.
Yep. It says James 1:19. It says, wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, and slow to wrath.
So slow to speak. All right, you're quick to hear, process information, but you're slow to speak. Because you'll notice that in general conversation or general debates, people are so quick to get their point across that they don't even take the time to hear someone else's point, you know? And the problem with that is someone can be saying something that aligns with exactly what you feel and what you think, but you don't even take the time to listen because you're so quick to what? Give the sacrifice of fools, the brother's gonna bring up. You're so quick to bring out your piece and use what you have to say that you don't take the time to process information. What really should happen in the conversation is someone should say something, hey, I feel like XYZ whoop-de-whoop. And then you should say, okay. Process the information and then make a response based upon that. Yep. So conversation generally should be someone giving speech, a little pause, you giving your piece. They listen, a little pause, you give your piece. Slow speech so that everybody can comprehend what you're saying. That's how you have an intelligent conversation. You know, and that's how I believe that the men of old used to speak to one another.
Hey, you know what? And just as a man speaking, man, I actually just was dealing with this recently. There's plenty of people like me and probably you brothers, but that's a very, very frustrating a time to speak to somebody when it's not like listen, assess, and then respond. And what happens is if you don't, obviously it's cutting off, or they thought you was going to say this because they didn't give you a chance to really get it all the way out. It can be very frustrating.
And I could understand in some conversations when talking to someone who is unintellectual, right? Someone who's not intelligent.
I hate dumb people. You know how
it's hard to have conversation with them because even if you give them the time to let out everything they want to say, they say 5 different things in a paragraph. They'll say a bunch of sentences that correlate to 5 different things. So they don't know how to stay on topic. So you can never really address the problem because they don't know how to stay on topic.
Oh, that sucks.
So that's when it's like
Christians do that with debating.
They do that, yeah.
They do.
Christians do that. So you have to kind of control the conversation. Like, listen, let's focus on one thing at a time.
You're like, salvation is only of the Jews. But John 3:16, and as soon as you get to John 3:16, they be like, well, Amos. I'm like, but no Galatians. But Galatians is even saying no.
All right, what was the spirit? What the fuck?
Yo, come on,
right.
yo.
Then they start talking about the law. Then they start going to this and just like, yo, we're never going to come to a conclusion because you don't never finish the problem at hand.
Yep.
You start doing your 22 times 24 and you're breaking it down, and then you stop that to go to the next problem. And when you finish the sheet, you never finish a single problem. You know, people need to learn how to stay on track. That's not being stoic. Because you don't know how to control your thoughts. You don't know how to control your emotions. You're so passionate about what you feel that you don't know how to move efficiently. And that's part of being stoic. Part of being stoic is not really showing passion. You can have passion but not really show it, because passion could be a negative thing
like
to
this.
some people.
And I'm going to say this.
Yes,
a stoic man is usually the last one to speak.
Last one to speak. He doesn't put himself first.
He will allow everybody to get their opinions out so he can process,
everybody's thought process.
And then he will give his point.
Yep,
Right?
so he can know, is it even worth? Because then that man knows how to respond. Okay, I know with this man is like that man is like that, and this man feels like that. So what I can say to affect all three is I can say this.
Know your audience.
Or I can choose not to speak at all because what? The scriptures say, answer not a fool according to his folly.
Exactly.
Lest you become like them.
Yep.
So then you can process it like, you know what? This is a conversation that I don't want to involve myself in, so I'm going to stay out of it.
I'm going to stay out of it.
It says, or also, a lot of times the best answer is not saying none
Not
at
saying
all.
anything at all.
That's why the Lord says be quick to listen.
Yep.
Oh, I got it right here.
Right?
Slow to speech.
And slow to speech. And all your man, grab that. This is why the Lord also says this. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes 5:1. Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of Yahweh Shemel Shah, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools.
Yep, because the sacrifice of fools is people who speak too much. All right, those that speak too much,
They'll speak on the ideology of something that doesn't pertain to the topic.
Exactly.
Or let's say, okay, we're talking about scriptures, right?
babbling.
Yeah, you babbling, right? You just babbling, bro. You just talking.
Or
And
what
talking,
they
bro.
say in modern world, yapping.
Yep. You love hearing yourself talk, right? And what brothers need to understand, the reason why we're on this topic is because when it comes to this ministry and this truth, we must be stoic men. Because how are we supposed to be teachers and leaders of men? And we speak as the oracles of the Most High, but we cannot control our emotions and things. Now, trust me, things happen.
Yeah, dude.
I'm not saying that every aspect of every little thing got to be stoic. There's been times I spazzed.
It's
Right,
a time
remember-
and a place, man.
I remember at Canton, brothers, about a year or two ago, some I don't know if he was drunk or on drugs. He kept walking up to us, and I kept telling him, yo, chill,
yeah.
yo, chill, can you stop coming over here? Yo, chill. And bro, I got to the point where I picked him up and threw
Yeah,
it.
it's a threshold there. It's
Hey,
like a, it's like a,
there's a
But
level.
I gave fair warning,
line. Yeah, it's a line.
right? Now, am I proud of throwing this drunk man somewhere? No,
Kind of had to though.
but I had to.
Yeah.
Like he just would not.
You know, and that's called it being smart because this drunk man is capable of anything. Anybody is capable of anything. So you got to protect yourself and you got to protect the occupant. You don't know what this drunk man got in his pocket. You don't know if he might, even if it's not something necessarily a danger up front like a knife or a gun.
It's my guy. Shalom,
Shalom, Yahweh Shemel Shah Barakatah.
Y'all watch me out,
The brother could have had, the drunk dude could have had a fucking dirty ass needle in his pocket
Yep.
and tried to stick one of the brothers. Now our brother fucked up.
Yep.
So it's called being wise, man, being circumspect. And like I said, the brother gave fair warning. Hey, man, hey, back up. Hey, keep your distance. Gave him 3 warnings, and then what? Now, at this point, the only option is to what? Take action.
Exactly.
And it wasn't, and then the thing about it is, it wasn't like you punched him and then start stumping him. That would have been emotional. But no, you took him, you threw him, got him out the way. And what did that do? That created distance.
And what did he do?
And
he got up, thought about it.
He thought about it. It was
He was
like,
like, I'm outta here.
I'm out of here.
Let me fall back.
Let me fall back. You didn't punch him. You didn't strike
no,
him.
no.
You didn't strike him. You picked him up, pushed him away.
No, I threw that.
You threw him away.
I'm talking about. He put like this. His feet was in the air. I said,
Oh shit.
"Get the fuck out of here, grown ass man."
A very
bro.
long time you've seen that in general. I was like, okay, that's like.
my
All right, Mike Allah said, Matthew 10:16, behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents, harmless as doves, man.
And what? A man like that is stoic. He has an understanding of the scriptures, right? And he applies the scriptures to his actual life. Because the scriptures are what? The scriptures are is a manifesto or a manuscript on how we should move.
Yep.
If you're just reading the scriptures and preaching the scriptures but not applying the scriptures to your life, you are going to fall to the wayside. It's only a matter of time before something
David
fucks
Solomon,
you up or the Lord fucks you up. Why? Because what? You're being too in the world. But if you're following the actual manuscript that was given to us, right? The blueprint, you're going to move very, very, very circumspectly and what? Stoic, man. Beautiful precept, huh?
It's 1 Kings 2, starting at the top. Now the days of David drew nigh that he should die, and he charged Solomon his son, saying, I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong, therefore, and show thyself a man.
Yep. Be thy strong and show thyself a man. Being part of being strong is what? Being stoic.
Yep.
Always bringing it back to being stoic. Being strong is not understanding that you're going to be sad. You're going to have fear. You're going to be nervous.
What?
But you're going to be anxious, but you're strong in your belief in who you are as a man, that you're going to be able to control it and act and think logically.
Yep, and ultimately, it's to what? stay on purpose.
Stay on
Because
purpose.
all of that is for purpose. King David told Solomon, hey, yo, bro, it's time for you to be a man. The reason why he gave him them words is because, look, I did all the war. I cleaned out this whole thing. We at peace right now.
Yep.
All you need to do is be strong enough to lead.
Yep.
Control your emotions, control how you act, react, be a great leader.
Yep. Because then you can keep the peace.
Then you can
You know how to damage control, because there's always going to be conflict. But if you're a wise and disciplined man, you're going to know, all right, with this nation, I got to act like this. I got to negotiate in this manner. This nation, I got to show a little might and they'll back off.
Yeah, yep.
This nation right here, I can send a diplomat that'll give a little offer and it'll appease that situation.
Mm-hmm.
That's a wise and logical king.
Yeah, you ever see those movies? You ever see those movies when like the young king inherits the throne, and then you got all these people trying
to test them.
or usurp the king,
Yep.
right? Because they don't believe that
They
he's
don't
fit
fit.
to
Yep.
rule, right? But what when you move like a man, or what do kings usually do with their sons? They send them to war
to build what? Respect
And-
and experience.
It's respect, experience, and it teaches them how to be a man, understanding the difference between life and death.
You know, it's a good one.
Because if you got a king-
Hector on Troy, it's a good one.
I mean, but look, it's logical. If I'm the king and I've all my life I've built respect amongst the community, and they was like, yo, this man is a strong man. He's wise.
Beautiful.
He's intelligent. He knows how to move. And if I become king and I have a son and I raise my son not coddled, but I send my son away to go study under the scholars. So now the nation knows, oh, the king sent his son, who was the heir, to go study under the scholars. So now the people know, okay, hold on. The people know that he's learned.
He's being groomed.
He's being groomed. And then when he comes down, now he's intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
Now I send my son to war.
Yep.
Now that people know, oh, he knows war. He knows battle. He's experienced death.
Or another thing that they always do,
what's called
that-
qualified.
And also another thing they do is that they would send their princes, right, unto the people, so they
Yep.
can understand what life is like for what and I don't want to say lowborns, but let's just say the peasants, the common folk, right? So you can understand the plight of the common folk. You understand what they're going through, and you can also assess the love that you get,
Yeah.
right? But how can you do all of those things without being what, like your brother's going to say, stoic, right? Because if effeminate man is not stoic. Effeminate man can't control his emotions, right? And if you can't control your emotions, you can't be on the front lines of Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
You're gonna fuck something up.
You're gonna fuck something up. This is why when men go to war, they rather be going to war with other men, right? They say the death toll in war goes up when they're in platoons with women. Why? Because men naturally are providers, protectors.
protectors,
So
yeah.
what happens? What happens? You worried about her emotions. Oh, she dropped the grenade. You over here trying to be chivalrous and jump on a grenade. You kill yourself. She's just crying, or you getting shot at. She can't even hold her own. That's why this.
And you're liable to lose valuable soldiers, even to protect her. Because one of the key things is if a woman gets kidnapped, now you got to send valuable soldiers to go get her because of what the potential of a man can do to a woman. But keeping the stack though, if a man get kidnapped, that's what you call a guy that was a DOA, died in action. It's like damn, you know what I'm saying? Like okay, no. What's up? When a man die in war, it's like okay, or he get captured, it's like damn. Like,
DOA is died and
no. What's that called?
It's KIA.
Killed in action, but there's another one where he kidnapped and won't know where he at.
It's lost in that.
Prisoner of war.
Prisoners of war.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so
but you gotta admit, as a soldier, you're trained and they go through psych and stuff like that, so that if they do get captured, you don't have to worry about this man giving out special.
Kana, we brought this.
A woman get captured in war.
Let me get this because I believe we brought something like this.
Savor.
We brought something out like this earlier.
Which one?
Proverbs 14:29. He that is slow to wrath is of great understanding, but he that is hasty of spirit exalteth folly. Salakia, it's small on our screen.
Jump to conclusions and shit
Yep.
like
Jump
that.
to conclusions. Quick to react and respond, and then what? Give the sacrifice of fools.
And it can ultimately end up being wrong. You
It
probably
could be
assess
end
it
up being
wrong,
wrong.
and then
You assess the situation wrong because you were so quick to respond that you got everything wrong. Now you sound like a fool.
And that's also what you was explaining earlier about proper dialogue. If you cut him off too fast,
Yep.
he probably saying something thorough. You ain't catch it.
You didn't catch it. Proverbs 24:10. It says, if thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small.
Right. Right.
Yo, the scriptures got a gem for everything. Yo,
Yeah.
Thawada for all the love, man. Hey, Mike Allen, I'll be seeing you on a lot of brothers' pages, and when I be tuning in, man, you're a real good brother, man. Definitely keep increasing your spirit, man.
What's up, Shalom, brother?
No, I think that's the Micah Allah that's out in New York.
Yeah.
Okay. So I knew it was who. Okay.
Yeah. But hey, brother, I be seeing you. You definitely be raising brother spirits, man. You're doing a great work, man. I pray the Lord blesses you and your family, man. But yeah, man. Seriously, man. This is like this
Philly Micah Allah is Micah Allah dad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it says Proverbs. If thou faint in the day of adversity, the strength is small. Well, you wonder. Well, that's beautiful because now that goes in 2 Ezra 7th chapter, where how can you enter the kingdom if you don't go through no adversity?
You don't go through no adversity.
Yeah, like I'm saying.
Get that wounded spirit. Who can bear a wounded spirit?
Yeah.
Get that real quick. That's beautiful what you said because that goes with it. Who can bear a wounded spirit? A person with a wounded spirit is effeminate, bro. You ain't got no control over your spirit. Remember, we already brought out. What's the first precept we brought out?
Proverbs.
A man who has no rule over his spirit.
25, 28, yeah.
A man who has no rule over his spirit, basically what? It's like a city with no walls. A city with no walls.
But that's another beauty of the brotherhood because even when you do catch yourself falling into despair or whatever, a brother is there to pick you up where you fall, as the scriptures say. It says that man is going to be there to carry you if you fall,
and that's what we're supposed to do.
And that's why the brotherhood is so important. That like if you're a lone wolf, you should only be a lone wolf because it's the only thing that's capable. You have no pack. But the moment you find a worthy pack, stay with that pack. Be with that pack because they're going to be able to give you strength where you're weak.
Absolutely, yeah.
So they're going to be able to pick up the missing pieces and the missing links because it's only natural that you're going to be, like the brother said, you're not going to be stoic 24/7. You're going to fall into temptation. You're going to fall into despair. Sometimes your emotions are going to get the best of you. And you may make a decision and it puts you in an uncomfortable situation and a brother is there to pick you up. Like on the most recent episode of JJK.
Yeah, bro.
Motherfucker
he's like, what did he say? He said brother.
He said brother.
It's not even his real brother, but because he's so powerful and he's on his level, he call him his brother. That's right, because he was broken.
He was broken down. He was getting beat up.
He was about to get killed. He was about to get killed. His brother saved him. Doom, and his brother's sitting on the ground like
crying in despair.
I can't take it anymore. He's
stoic
as all hell.
He said a speech though. He said a speech. Basically, he said all strong things eventually get broken down and cut and wither away. He said, but what? We are the exception.
Bro, it was beautiful.
He said, but we are the exception.
Now, mind
you, he lifted his brother up with words, and next thing you know, he was just fighting, and he was like, I feel like my brother back. And next thing you know, boom, and he was like, welcome back.
He's like, welcome back. Because he went from being broken down and he stood back up. Mind you, this person's trying to kill them. And he broken down and he come and save his brother like, hey, yo, bro, get the fuck up, man. Hey, man, you stronger than that, man. Everybody else break, but we don't break. He get back up
and was like,
they start
stoic as hell.
Bro, they start going at it.
Anime is called what?
Jujutsu Kaisen. And I would say this.
Jujutsu Kaisen?
Please go watch it.
Bro.
It's so many gems.
I'm convinced that the writers of most anime are moved by the spirit, or it just takes a spiritual man to see.
You want to know how that's a true statement? Because if you know anything about anime, it's always based on spiritual power, demons,
intellectuality,
demons, spirituality, and higher powers. Yep. Period.
Netflix.
Let me get this. Hope, grace, and mercy. Thawada. It says, Ecclesiasticus 2:16. They that fear the Lord will seek that which is well, pleasing unto him, and they that love him shall be filled with the law. Beautiful. And mind you, being filled with the law will make a man stoic. Will make a man what?
Move in the right way.
You're gonna move right. You're gonna, mind you, because the scriptures, the law and the scriptures teaches us something. There's literally not a single thing that we've dealt with in our lives that the scriptures don't already talk about. There's nothing. It don't matter. This is why the Bible or the scriptures have lasted the test of time, because it's always relevant.
Yep, it's
always
relevant
relevant
to everyday life. It don't matter what it is that you're going through. the scripture's gonna have something to build you up. If you having woman problems, the scriptures
It's got
give you
something
advice.
there. Yep.
If you're going through money problems, the scriptures got it. If you're going through family problems with your mom, your dad, the scriptures got it.
If you
bro.
got a weak spirit,
the scriptures got it.
if you have
man.
no discipline,
the scriptures got it, bro.
There's nothing you can talk about. There's literally, oh, you down on your luck, your car broke down.
You
and
going through
the Lord,
despair.
The Lord talk about, all right, well, look, take it cheerfully.
Take it cheerfully.
If you've been brought down to a lower state, take it cheerfully.
Because what? It's only but a moment.
But exactly.
Yeah.
And he says,
And it working far more greater
exactly,
for you.
Exactly.
Hey.
It says cleave unto him. until their way before
Remember Job.
your last hit.
Con.
Yeah, man. The scripture.
Con, it is if you committed to it. It says when you got your morals, values, and beliefs intact, you shouldn't be moved by anything. Exactly. This is why we must cling to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, because if we follow after that, after Yahushua's path and Yahweh Shem Yahushua's path, there's no way that we are going to be able to get moved by anything else. That's why, like the brother just brought out, how people at his job be like, hey, what are you doing for Christmas? What you getting the kids? And he like, I don't celebrate Christmas. You're not going to be feeling like you got to lie and move around things. I just be like, look, I celebrate Hanukkah. I'm Jewish. I'm not ish. I'm a Jew.
And it just keeps, because you try to go deep into it now, questions, and it's like, yo, bro, I don't feel like getting into it. I'm Jewish. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Yo,
Boom.
they leave you alone.
They leave you alone.
Oh, so what do you think about the war? And it's tragedy. I keep it moving.
It's tragedy.
It's tragedy.
Tragedy.
That's a good response.
No, bro. Listen, bro. I literally work in Edomiteville. I work in a rich area. I work in a real rich. I've always worked in rich areas, right? I work in a rich area of New Jersey, and literally everybody around there is retired. They all got beach houses in the summertime. They all driving around in Uruses. I've been seeing Uruses. Oh, all the Eagles players.
Yep.
All the Eagles players live up this way. So Devontae Smith and all of them, they be coming in.
They live in Jersey.
Yeah, bro.
They all live in that area because it's close enough to Philly to get over
But
the bridge.
nice enough.
But it's nice enough that you don't got to deal with the bullshit.
Yeah.
And it's in an area where you got access to everything you need.
Exactly.
All
So
the most
they all live up that way.
markets and
So-
shopping centers. Yeah.
So I deal with them all the time. And mind you, the Lord says what? Be wise as serpents, as harmless as doves. So mind you, I sit there and I just keep it PG-13. Oh, so what do you think about Trump running for president? Well, I'm not much of a liberal, but I'm not much of this. But you know what?
I'm neutral.
I'll say
We'll see what happens.
I'll say I'm independent. But my independence is because I have allegiance to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. I don't care who rules over this kingdom.
Hey, Hope, Grace, and Mercy 144 said, lost my job waiting on my insurance license to come and took a loss waiting on them, but they came in last week. Call Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Hey,
Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man.
Hey, listen,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's all a process. The Most High is going to put you through certain things to build you up and to test your faith.
Yep.
And
I was
at the
gonna
end
say,
of the
test
day,
your faith was
the
the
Most
main
High is going to come through when it matters the most.
Yep.
All right, you just got to be willing to see it through, man. We all have been through, bro. I went through a financial issue for like 2.5 years.
Jeez, bro.
2.5 years, I was struggling, relying on my woman, going through this, trying to figure this out, and then just seeing it through, doing the work. Never giving up, never falling into despair. Guess what? The Most High took me out of that shit, man.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
And now,
One of them.
the Most High is starting to bless the brother, man.
Yep.
Starting to bless the brother, man. Call
Look,
Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
you also got to understand something. The Lord could make you wait on something because either it's not for you, it could be detrimental to you,
Yep.
or because He has something greater waiting for you.
Yep.
And He just want to test your faith. Are you going to stay faithful? Look at Job. Mind you, the best one, Job. Job had everything. He was a millionaire already. I'm only using layman's terms,
Yep.
but he had everything.
He was a millionaire, and the Most High turned him into a billionaire.
Yeah, and he was a
David-
millionaire.
David too, though.
Yeah, he was a millionaire, and then made him a little lower than a peasant. Took all his kids,
Yep.
had his wife,
Had
had
him
his wife turn on him,
Breaking
and
out in boils.
breaking out with all
and
these,
shit.
bro. But guess what? He said, look, man, I curse my own life. I will never curse the Lord.
Yep.
And the Lord said, I told you, and did what He do? Gave him all that shit back tenfold, set a millionaire, a billionaire, and then blessed his generations to come, man.
Yep.
All
And
right.
that's the same thing that's going to happen to us, but we're going to see that in the kingdom.
Beautiful,
But that
huh?
kingdom is very close.
Beautiful. It says 1 Peter 1:7. These trials will show that your faith is genuine. Khan.
Yep.
It is being tested as fire tests and purifies gold. Though your faith is far more precious than mere gold. So when your faith remains strong through many trials, it will bring you much praise and glory and honor on the day when Yahweh Shai Mashiach is revealed to the whole world. Sirach, and then Michaelology brought out Sirach 40:26. Riches and strength lift up thy heart, but the fear of the Lord is above them both. Yep. There is no want in the fear of the Lord, and it neither not to seek help. Bro, beautiful, man. Beautiful. And Hope, Grace, Mercy, you got that out of the NLT or GNT? Because that definitely looks, I think it's new NLT. I believe that's in
First Peter.
1 Peter 1:7. These trials, because it says these trials.
Yeah. Hey,
we use them all for layman's terms, so it's beautiful. The water.
GNTs with a lot of bros get into now.
NLT, GNT, brothers, because I ain't gonna lie.
It's layman's terms, right?
It's layman's terms, but they be cutting. They be like, if you do this, you will die.
Yep.
And the KJV be like, the Lord shall bestow death upon thee.
Yeah, because you know, we deal with a lot of unintellectual people, so.
Yep.
They don't understand the KJV,
It's
and you can't go into
NLT.
the NIV because the NIV or the NKJV will make it sound dumb. They'll water it down. Whereas the NLT and the GNT, it added like a little. It's basically like adding like a what's that shit? What's them Jones you put in like Pepsi and it sizzle it up?
The seltzer
The
Jones.
seltzer, you throw like a seltzer into a soda and it sizzle it up. That's like how the GNT is.
You know what I like? Because it'll say, well, brethren, and then the GNT or the NLT will be like the descendants of Israel. Like,
I like that. It'll be like, well, brethren,
I like
descendants
that.
of Israel. So it's talking about you.
It's
Beautiful, man. Beautiful, man. But we go to say all this where we at.
Yeah, but hey, the fear of the Most High is the greatest gift that you want to have on this earth, because no matter what, right? That's why Solomon was so important to read about. That's why it's so important to go back and read Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, and Wisdom of Solomon, because although Solomon had everything, or even prior to that, Solomon sought after wisdom. And wisdom is what allowed Solomon to gain all the things that he had. And the reason why Solomon was able to acquire all of those things, because the Most High ultimately knew that his spirit can endure it. Now, even though we know Solomon did go off, but that was just, for history's sake. But even brothers in the truth, if y'all striving for wisdom, y'all striving under the fear of the Most High, no matter what else you do outside of that, the Most High will make you prosperous, because what? You've proven to him that you can be disciplined.
Yep. That's
You've
why
proven to him that your spirit is going to only delight in the kingdom, and your heart is only in the kingdom and nothing on this earth.
That's why it even says in the scriptures that if you're doing what delights the Most High, it says come boldly to the throne.
Come boldly.
Come boldly. Why is it that you can come boldly to the king? Why? Because you're doing exactly what the king told you to do.
Exactly. So you should be, when you go and pray to the Most High for something, if your spirit isn't feeling bold, like, you know what, I'm gonna ask the Lord for this, because I know that I've been putting in the work. I've been showing discipline out of what? Out of fear and out of love. That I know me asking for this small thing from the Lord is nothing. Because what? It's nothing. The scriptures say it's nothing for the Most High to make a man rich.
Yeah, it's nothing. Because what is rich? Nothing. What is rich? What is rich to the Creator of everything? What?
So what is it if you ask the Lord to help you pay this one bill? What is that's nothing to the Lord.
Beautiful. I'm gonna get that, then grab that. Ecclesiastes 1:26. If thou desire wisdom, keep the commandments, and the Lord shall give her unto thee. Yep. Beautiful. Now, mind you, this is when it happens when you try to inquire this wisdom, though.
First Corinthians, Sirach
4.
Yep. What's that? 15.
I believe it's 15. Started 15.
Then with 15. Sirach 4:15. Whoso giveth ear unto her shall judge the nations.
No, it says, whosoever give an ear unto her, and that ear, that her is talking about wisdom. So beautiful that you brought that precept up. I butchered your...
Which one?
Yeah, pray with like Khan. Ecclesiastes 1:26. If thou desire wisdom, keep thy commandments, and the Lord shall give her unto thee. Now, mind you, by asking for wisdom, it also comes with this.
It comes with a price.
It comes with a price. Everything comes with a price.
It's an investment, if you will.
Well, I would say this one is more of an investment, right?
Investment.
But because you're asking for wisdom, the Lord might give it to you in ways that you didn't expect.
Right.
He might pull you down to teach you a lesson because you asked for wisdom. So watch how you ask for it too. I'll tell you that, because the Lord don't got no respect to persons. But beautiful precept. Get this real quick, and then we're gonna end off.
It says Sirach 4:15 again says, Whoso giveth ear unto her shall judge the nations, and he that attendeth unto her shall dwell securely.
So the Lord is saying that if we give ear unto wisdom, which is the law, statutes, commandments, right? What the reward for that is what? To be able to judge the nations, which we all, any like-minded man in the nation of Israel should want to be a ruler.
Which is ultimately what, the 144,000.
Which is ultimately 144,000, right? But keep going.
It says, if a man commit himself unto her, he shall inherit her, and his generation shall hold her in possession.
So if a man commit himself unto wisdom, right, he shall inherit her, and what? That wisdom is being passed down from generation to generation. Because what? A man is the head of the household.
So therefore, it's his responsibility and duty to share the wealth of knowledge unto his children and his descendants.
Khan, go ahead.
That's the point. For at first,
but listen, but this is also that. Remember, you asking for wisdom, so understand that this comes with it.
This is the responsibility.
It's the responsibility of it. Go ahead.
For at first she will walk with him by crooked ways.
Yep. So first, wisdom is going to walk with you by crooked ways. So all that old man you still got on you, all that old folly and BS you used to be in.
You're going to be put forth into temptation.
You're going to be all that temptation. Yep. The wisdom, right? It's going to be that. It's going to be like a double-edged sword, if you will, because it's like a one-edged sided sword, right? One side is cutting you because wisdom going to cut you up. Yep. You're going to be wanting to still take the blunt end, but you got to take them cuts to be able to correct yourself. Go ahead.
It says, and bring fear and dread upon him and torment him with her discipline until she may trust his soul and try him by her laws.
So look, wisdom, right, is going to be putting you through the ringer. Because once you understand wisdom, once you understand the scriptures, you have to change. Yep. And it's going to be hard at first because you're so stuck in your ways. You're stuck in your ways, right? So you might have been in the world, let's say you used to sell drugs, right? I did. I can't lie. But I repented. I don't do it no more. I used to get it in, right? But guess what? After learning the scriptures, I'm like, I can't be doing this.
That fast money.
This fast money, I can't take. Mind you, it was a hurt piece because it was stopping my money flow.
Verse 18.
And then it was stopping my money flow. I had to. My moral fiber started to kick in. I said, damn, I was selling this to my own people. I'm fucking this up. The Lord probably angry with me. I could die tomorrow. And then what am I going to say to the Lord when I make it to the throne? Like, no. So it's going to, discipline of the wisdom is going to fuck you up at first until you prove yourself. Right? And this is when the Lord, because remember it says, wisdom and knowledge shall not enter into what? A malicious spirit or a malicious soul, right? So then after wisdom has fucked you up a little bit to correct you.
It's got to go through a purification process.
Yep.
It's got to melt you down, burn you down to purify you, and then it's going to what? It's like a blacksmith. It takes the materials,
take the
melts them down, put them in the heat, and then what? It takes it, beats it down to what? Give it form, and after it's got that form, what does it do? Puts it into the water to solidify it to build the foundation.
Yep, because it says it's going to break you down,
and then it sharpens it.
But then after you prove yourself to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, then you're purified. Then he's going to allow this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to what? To fill your spirit. Go ahead.
Verse 18. Then will she return the straight way unto him and comfort him and show him her secrets.
And what are the secrets, man? Right? The secrets of the scriptures, right? Because now we will be able to understand what's going on. Because there's been plenty of times before the truth, I've read the Bible, read a precept, didn't understand it, thought I understood it, but we didn't have the right understanding or doctrine, right? But the Lord, first tried us through the fire, purified us. And mind you, we're still being tried through the fire because we're still trying to, obtain salvation. But the Lord got us to this point for us to be able to do this work. And all you like-minded brothers and any Akwaf that's in the YouTube world, I'm pretty sure y'all had to go through the same purification. You had to go through the same putting off of that old man to be able to understand the wisdom and knowledge, right? And then after you understood it, then you're like, okay, well, now I got to apply it. And then you started applying it, and then you started noticing things in your life got better. Things that were bad for you started getting pushed out, and then things got better for you, man. And then it says that, and then once you get the wisdom and knowledge and it's in you now, what? Your life is actually better. Now you got the straight and narrow path. And what's that straight and narrow path? The straight and narrow path to the kingdom of heaven. Because now you have the wisdom and understanding and the focus to get there. Beautiful. Huh?
Hey, he said, Hope, Grace, and Mercy said, glad I found your channel, Tawada. Hey, call Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. Hey, listen, at the end of the day, we just servants, man.
We just servants, yeah.
We servants doing the Lord's work. We all shopping for the same penny, man. If it wasn't for y'all brothers,
hey man, listen, we appreciate all the love. We appreciate y'all tuning in because it raises our spirits knowing that we're speaking to someone.
You know,
right? Because we come out here. It's been times we came out here. Like matter of fact, last week our channel was shut down last week because we got a strike. So we tried to go up on our backup page. Most people don't even know about our backup page because we just had to create a new one.
Right.
So we was basically prophesying to the wind. And we couldn't wait to get back to our main page. Like, man, I can't wait to get back to the main page. But we really appreciate y'all, man. We really, all praise to the Most High, but we really appreciate y'all, man. All right? So with that, hopefully this was edifying. We'll give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushua, Ba'Shem, and Kakadash.
Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom to the elect. And shalom to all you on the comment boards. Peace and blessing to you and your families, man. All right? Keep pushing. We almost out of here. Shalom.